The Cody vs Eddie Kingston match felt like one of the most intense matches in AEW so far. I saw something that they excelled at in this match: empathy. Good storytelling in any art form revolves around being able to put yourself in the storyteller's shoes and understand what they're going through. And Eddie Kingston is one of the masters in evoking empathy in pro wrestling. There are many different styles of pro wrestling now, but the best moments are when they're able to blur the lines of reality enough to where you believe in the magic. You believe that these wrestlers actually hate each other, or that there are real stakes and a real reason to win. But how are you supposed to create realism in an era where most people understand what kayfabe is? Here are some things I caught. Straight away, Eddie Kingston walks out cutting a promo. Tony Schiavone immediately calls him one of the dirtiest fighters in independent wrestling, which sets him up as the heel in this match. So if he just stuck to insulting Cody and getting himself over, then that would still make a great promo. But instead, Eddie added his character background into it too. He points out that while Cody grew up around legends like Arn Anderson, Eddie grew up around alcoholics and junkies and had to fight to survive his entire life. With one sentence, you understand immediately why there's a huge sense of urgency around everything he does. In storyline, this might be Eddie Kingston's one chance and he knows it. The promo also establishes his intelligence. If this is his one shot, then he needs the best opportunity possible, so he manipulates Cody into accepting a no DQ match. I like how he breaks the fourth wall here, by the way, like he's letting the audience know that he's got Cody and Arn in the palm of his hand. It's great. After kissing his necklace for good luck, he attacks Cody straight away without letting them announce the match properly. This is a big shift in the way the TNT matches have been showcased so far, as these big spectacle title fights. In regards to movesets, I feel like a lot of attention in AEW is towards these big tag team moves or the spectacle, which is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's also what makes Eddie's style in this so refreshing. Because immediately he attacks the eyes, he rips Cody's shirt off, he smacks him in the chest. Big, simple moments that you can feel as an audience member. This is the simple empathy of pro wrestling. With each move, a wrestler is trying to get the audience to think to themselves, I've never been in that situation, but I can imagine how painful that would be. I like the way he stomps on the concrete here. He's making sure we understand how much this is going to suck for him. Expressing empathy requires good selling too, of course, and both of them excel at this. They take their time letting the audience see their emotions pour out from their body language. Cody fights despite being brutally beaten to the mat. And Eddie fights even though his knee is giving out on him. The way Eddie sells his knee is such a sad thing. If it wasn't for his knee giving out in a freak accident, he might have won the match. Finally, feel the suspense being built here. The way Eddie takes his time grabbing the bag, walking up the ring steps, pushing it as far as he possibly can take it. What's in the bag, and why does he give a little prayer before unveiling it? These are questions that would not exist if he didn't show us to think that way. Thumbtacks are such a great visual. I'm sure if you've used a thumbtack before, then you've probably pinched yourself on accident. So it's very easy to imagine how painful it would feel to have 100 thumbtacks in your back. Cody is probably the best in AEW at letting you in on his thought process. Eddie slaps him repeatedly as Cody tries to apply the figure 4. Cody can finish it. All he has to do is drop down, apply the hold, and win the match, but he lets go of the hold and he slaps Eddie instead repeatedly. Eddie Kingston broke Cody in that moment. He forced Cody to fight dirty just like him. At the end of a match, it's normal for wrestlers to hang around after they lose, but the way Eddie pushes the camera away from him speaks volumes. This is not a game to him. He's not showboating for the camera. It's a devastating loss to him. He's embarrassed and in a lot of pain. It's his big moment, and he lost. The match ends on a beautiful visual with Cody holding his belt triumphantly while Eddie is on the ground, broken down. A massive change from how he started so defiantly at that same spot. Later on, Eddie Kingston gave a fantastic promo on the AEW YouTube channel. He doesn't have it in him to be that macho personality that he was showing off earlier. He's just devastated because to him it seemed like this is all he had left. And that's good storytelling. It provides a shot of human emotion. You feel sad for him. and you understand why he went to these lengths. Whether or not you agree with him using weapons, you agree with the thumbtacks, you agree with his style, you understand why he's doing it. That's the empathy in pro wrestling that is so powerful.
I'm gonna learn and move forward. Because that's all I can do. And, man, that's it. I gotta walk away, man, because I learned. I'm gonna move on. I'll be back. All right, I'll be back.